What's going on, fellow junkies? Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th coming at you again today, you guys, and I hope you're all out there having an absolute killer day. I know I am. It's been an absolute awesome Friday for me, and I wanted to keep that good feeling rolling by coming and doing a video for you guys. Anyway, I hope you guys are out there enjoying maybe some nice weather, or maybe staying away from the nice weather and staying inside where it's nice and cool and watching some horror movies because I like to dabble a little bit in both. A little bit nice weather, a little bit stay inside and hide from it and watch some horror movies. But even when I'm done playing in the outside, nice weather, I come in and watch horror movies anyway. So, either way you go, you get to sit around and watch horror movies because that's just what we do as horror fans, you guys. And we got some pretty good horror coming on up. Like, we got the new Final Destination movie coming out. I've been hearing good things about this Clown in a Cornfield. I have not had a chance to watch it. Among other movies, you guys, I'm probably forgetting right off the top of my head. But we got a few things coming up that I'm pretty excited about. Me and Angelina are looking forward to the new Stitch live-action movie because Angelina really loves the Stitch movie. And so definitely going to have to go watch that. But anyway, you guys, hope all is well out there. Let's go ahead and get right into today's video, you guys. I have one big issue with the video that we're about to shoot. And that issue being is, I don't think we have a big enough boat for this review. And I don't know if I just gave it away or the thumbnail that you probably clicked on to watch this video, but yes, today's the day we are going to be reviewing the that's right, you guys, we have the game of Jaws, and this is for the Jaws 50th anniversary, you guys. And so basically, yes, this is a game you can play, but also it's a pretty awesome Jaws figure. They called the shark in the movie Bruce, so I might refer to it as the Bruce figure. But this is an actual pretty legit Jaws action figure that we're going to be going over. Something that really has not been done to death with a lot of horror action figures, you guys. But they made a game like this way back in the day that looked absolutely nothing like it. So now they're redoing it and they're making it look like the movie, the shark from the movie. And now here it is, you guys. We can put a Jaws figure, a Bruce figure on our shelves. Do you have a big enough shelf? Do you need a bigger shelf? I think you do. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to be reviewing this today, you guys, and I cannot wait. This review should not be happening right now because I have a lot of other figures I need to be reviewing. Which, if you watch my shorts, you kind of see I have quite a few figures I need to do. But I'm too excited for this one. As soon as I did a short about this, a lot of people are saying, you need to do this video. And so, you know what? Let's do it. I don't want to wait anymore. Let's go ahead and crack this open and check it out. I cannot wait. But as you guys know, in Horror Junkies 509 videos, whenever we do reviews of figures or anything like that, we always check out the box first. So you did take a look at the front cover of it pretty good. So we got the game of Jaws. Of course, we got Jaws 50th anniversary. And then we got a great look at the original cover of the movie. And then we got some of the stuff on the front. It shows the shark and kind of how the game works a little bit. So on there it says, it's you again. It's you against the great white shark. One wrong move and the jaws go snap. And so NECA, ages 14 and up, 2 to 4 players. And so that's for the game. No, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not buy this to play the game. I bought it as a Jaws action figure, and that's what it's going to kind of stay as. I'll probably demonstrate the game a little bit, and who knows, maybe there'll be one random night where people are like, I want to play the Jaws game, Kyle. And I'll be like, fine, we'll play the Jaws game. So coming over to the side, we do have on the side, same thing, quote on the type, it's you against the great white shark. One wrong move, and then Jaws go snap. We got the NECA. We got the game of Jaws, and then we kind of have a different version of the cover, which looks pretty cool. And on the back is the best representation of this figure as far as pictures go. So it's got the game of Jaws and got the good illustration of the shark. And it has all the pictures of the stuff this comes with. And so basically the gist of the game is that you are going to put all this stuff in the shark, and then you try to scoop it out or hook it out with the spear that it comes with. So that's what the game entails. And so, I don't know, it comes with a lot of accessories. And so that you can stick in the shark and pull them out. But a lot of these accessories might work out for your other figures, which might be kind of cool if you don't want to play the game. But, I mean, I think it's still kind of cool they gave us something else to go with the figure. But, you know, you can either take the game or leave it. It is really up to you. And then so we did these ones, and so other side is just the same as the other side, and then we are back to the front. Right on the top here, we got the game of Jaws, 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 as three Jaws, of course. And then, of course, on the bottom, we do have the credits. So if you want to pause it, read through those, feel more than welcome. Is there anything interesting on the bottom? So it says, with over 15 different accessories to fish out of the beast's belly, including an anchor, a boot, fish bones, a skull, a tire, a lantern, glove, and more. Fun for the whole family to enjoy. Some assembly required. So there's some interesting stuff there. It says the beer that appears courtesy of the brewing company of that name. I'm not even trying to pronounce that one. So if you guys know the beer that's in Jaws, help me out there. And then let's see here. Nothing else I really want to talk about, but it's got the Universal logo. You know what? I think that's enough of the box. Let's get this shark out of the box and into the water. Just when he thought it was safe to go back in the water, the game of Jaws becomes a reality. All right, before I make any more of a fool of myself, let's just get right into this, you guys. Simple, one piece of tape, and we are in business. Let's see how I pull this out properly. All right, you guys, so we will pull this out together. This feels funky. Okay, here we go. All right, as I pull it out, there is Bruce. There is Jaws. However you like to call him, feel free. It is up to you. There is the main event. There's all the accessories that we will go through, you guys. But like they said, there are some assembly required. We have the fins for the sides here that I'll have to put on them. But just look at the size of this guy. Like, you can see it a little bit through there with the glare. It's a pretty good size. This does not kind of facilitate the size of your 7-inch figures. So the figures that they released of Quint and I always forget the other guy's name. Yeah, Quint and the other guy. Lord save me. Someone save me in the comments. But those don't size up to this in the same scale. This is slightly smaller than the 7-inch figures. Quentin Hopper, I believe. Yes, no, maybe. I believe it's Quentin Hopper. I know you guys are probably screaming at me and probably still screaming at me if Hopper's not correct. But anyway, let's go ahead and dig right into the accessories, you guys, and show these off. And then so we can get to the shark as quick as humanly possible. Get to the Jaws, get to the Bruce, whatever you want to call it. Just enjoy it. All right, you guys, gonna pull off the protective covering for the accessories. It looks like we do have some more tape to deal with. So be ready with your action figure knife if you have to deal with tape, of course. Not because you can't do it by hand, just because who's got the time for that? Alrighty. All right, you guys. So I'm going to start off right here with the beer from Jaws, because as you know, I can't pronounce it. Like, let's just no. Yep. I'm just going to leave it at the beer from Jaws. And I'm reading it from the really small writing, so maybe it's not as hard as it looks. But there's that. It would be a 6-pack, but it is missing one, so it is just a solid 5-pack. You know how when you don't have enough money for a 6-pack, you got to get a 5-pack. It's just the way it is. Times are tough sometimes. All right, we also got a camera. This might be able to go with maybe your Quint and Hopper figure. That would be kind of cool. All right, and we got our first bone. Is this a human bone or is this a different type of bone? I'm going to say it's a human bone. Yeah, I am. All right, and then we got a steering wheel from a ship or a boat. I don't think this is the one from the Orca, but who knows? All right, and then we got the air tank that helps destroy Jaws there at the end. But it's all for good fun, right? It's all for the game. All right, and now we got the little gourd or whatever you want to call it. It's just a tank, a little jug of water, or whatever might be in there. Is this going to be some booze? Who knows? We all know that the characters like to drink in the movie, which is a good time. Ooh, this looks pretty cool. I like this, and it's hollow. So, like, if you have a really small figure, the head might be able to fit inside this. We do have a human skull, and we have a hole at the top, so you can hook it in the game. But hey, this would kind of be cool for to go with a scorpion figure from Mortal Kombat. But that's neither here nor there. All right, you guys, and we got an anchor. So we gotta love the detail on that. It's got a little bit of a rusty paint job, kind of like it's all black paint, but they kind of gave a little brown wash on there. I like the look of that. Make sure you guys see that. Good enough. Alrighty, and we got a gun. We got a little revolver, and it's on a string, which I'm assuming is to help with the game, because probably otherwise you would not be able to get the gun out of the shark's mouth. Alright, now we got the fish bones. So there it is, and we got another item with a string on it to probably help us out with the game, which doesn't really affect me. I might take all the strings off these things, just because I'm not actually going to play the game, but I might leave them on just because you just never know when someone's going to come over and want to play the game. And then we got a lantern with a nice handle, which is perfectly set up to probably help with the game, but, you know, still looks good. I think they painted it up real nice. And I dropped it. We all know I'm going to break or drop something. All right, and now we got something really cool, because this is pleasantly in the movie really well. So we got the license plate that comes out of the first shark's mouth, like, you know, when they're trying to find Jaws. But that looks pretty good. Another string item. And then we got ourselves what looks to be like a walkie-talkie. So this shark was hungry. It was just eating anything and everything it came across. Then we got ourselves a nice old boot. It's got a little hoop on it, so it can help with the game. And they got a little tear right there, which I think is pretty good. They like sculpted that in, and yeah, it looks pretty well done. So the boot looks good. All right, and then we got ourselves just a little gardening glove or something, whatever you want to call it, just a little glove. It's got a string and a loop, but yeah, it looks like the loop's not going to do you any good, but the string will. So you'll be able to get it out of the shark's glove. Man, this shark was just fiending for whatever. All right, you guys, and we got the tire, so, you know, you can fish that out of the shark's belly if you really want to. And we were not going to be able to get any of these items out of the shark without this little spear thing. So, as you can see, it's got a lot of different hook options, so it can help you pick up as many items as possible. I don't know if you can pick out more than one item at a time, or if you only could do it one at a time, but, you know, with the 3 different hooks on there like that, I feel like you should be able to pick up more than one at a time. But it's good size. You know, you'll be able to get all the way down the shark's belly and then just hook your item, and who knows, maybe you're the winner at that point. I don't know. All right, guys, so that's all the accessories. So we're on to the main event. And I'm pretty excited about this. Just seeing this the last few minutes while I'm pulling all the accessories, I'm excited. Of course, I'm going to have to assemble something on camera, so that could be a little bit interesting, but we will find out. We do have a couple wire twists that we got to handle before we can get old Bruce out of the box. Alrighty. Do this without making them fall out, because I don't know if this is going to be like really breakable or if it's going to be really strong, and I don't want to find out the hard way in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want to scratch the paint. So I'm really going to try and be as careful as I can. But, you know, with Horror Junkies 509, I'm not that careful of a person. Okay. All right, let's get him out. All right. Oh boy, he's got a big old belly, just like he should. That looks absolutely awesome. Just look at the menacing shark that he is. Whew. All right, you guys, let's get these on, and let's hope these are easily put on and they stay on really well. I hope. That's my hope. I don't want these like on display and then popping off just if you look at it wrong. I'm gonna put you down there, Mr. Bruce. See if I can get these out of the box without being a dork about it. There we go. We got one fin. Yeah, we got it. And we got some instructions right here. I will grab those just to be on the safe side. Of course, they're taped in there. Why wouldn't they be? All right, let's see how this goes. All right, so we got the right one. And it looks like they just slide into place. But I got to make sure. Oh, there's a little group. So there is like a little hole you kind of slide them up into. So you'll kind of line it up and then kind of be able to continue to shove it right up the body. There we go. That sounded weird, but hey, we're there. So we'll kind of give this one a try. You'll just kind of line it up. And then slide it right up the body. There we go. And so now we got the whole thing together, you guys. That looks awesome. I'm really, really excited about this. I really feel like the paint looks really, really good. The molding is awesome. Like, this looks like the shark from Jaws. And I really think they did a really great job. They got the nice black beady little eyes on this guy. They got his bulbous body and all his fins and stuff like that. I feel like they really nailed the color, that white on his belly, and then like almost that grayish blue on top of him a little bit. There's really not much texture to him at all. Like, but I mean, he feels just nice and smooth. I mean, take a look at the gills here. Take a look at the mouth and the jaws, and let's just pull it open for the first time. That looks so awesome. I cannot wait to just have this displayed. Looks really awesome. And I think if you just pushed on the tongue, yeah, and then it closes up, I think you can just, so you have to push a little bit harder to kind of close it like that. So I'll probably just stick to pushing the tongue just to kind of make sure I don't break this mechanism. I've seen a few videos where they put one of the 7-inch figures down there because they will fit, but they don't scale properly. But I've seen some people mess up the mechanism. They were able to fix it, but I'm not that inclined on that kind of stuff, so I probably won't do it myself. But just look at this, you guys. I think the molding is incredible. I think the paint up is incredible. I really think they'll just kind of nailed that really awesome look. And like, this is a treat for any collector. And I feel like everybody who likes Jaws, loves Jaws, or just, is indifferent about Jaws should have this, because I don't know how long this is going to be around, but I think this is phenomenal. And I don't know if we'll ever get anything other than this. Like, I don't think there's anything better that's going to come our way. I don't think they're going to be able to improve on this. I know there was a plan to have a really huge one at one point, but that never came to be. But we got this, so I really think we need to be super stoked about this and definitely support it as much as humanly possible. So I don't think I need to do the stand test, because he does kind of sit up in a weird way, because there is these fins on the bottom. They kind of hold him up, and then these kind of hold him up, so he's kind of propped up. I will have some pictures at the end. I don't really want to adjust my camera angle just yet, but he does kind of set up just like this. So like his head will be propped up, so you guys can play the game. You can open up his mouth and then shove all the items down there and try to hook them out. And I will try to do a little video of me trying to. Maybe I'll just do it right now. So I won't be able to put it on the table because I won't be able to show you. So I'm gonna pull this down, and so I think you just put stuff in there. Like, does it have to go all the way down to his belly, or what is the case? I don't know. Let's just put a few things down there. So the general idea is basically you'll grab the little hook and you'll try to grab just whatever you can. And if you hit the hook or hit the tongue, he will snap down and you lose a turn, or whatever the case may be. So, and like, I don't know if you're supposed to go all the way down to the belly or not. I might have to read the instructions, but I'm not crazy interested in it. But if you guys want to know more, feel free to ask me and I can let you know anything else that you want to know. This is kind of hard, especially if something's not lying down properly. So basically, if I hit the tongue, like, you have to hit it kind of hard. Yeah, so there you go. So he's going to chomp down on you, and then you can't get your spear back. So now what was yours is his now. I'm just going to get all the stuff out of there because I don't want to lose stuff in there. I don't know what kind of craziness is. But also, you guys, I think this figure is absolutely phenomenal. The paint up, the mold up. I think the game aspect is kind of cool, kind of a cool addition. And, I really like the snapping of the jaws. Like, I think that's really cool. Like, if we do this and we have the thing in there, so it kind of like when he just is grabbing things from him and taking it off. Like, obviously at the end, we have the air tank in his jaws, and he's just swimming around with that, sticking out. Like, it kind of gives you just like it is in the movie. That's really cool, and I'm really stoked that they gave us the options to do all this stuff. Um, I think this figure is absolutely amazing, you guys. If you guys have any questions down in the comments, just let me know, and I will get back to you. I do have one curiosity about this figure is, can you recreate the cover? And so I've been kind of curious about this, and I don't, like, see, I'm trying to see if this can match the cover a little bit. Like, so he's swimming up. Oops, I got it the wrong way. So he's swimming up, but I don't think the figure can recreate it because you can't see his eyes, and he's a little bit thicker of a shark than he is on the cover. So I was kind of hoping that you might be able to recreate it, but it doesn't look like you can. Like, you can see his eyes this way a little bit, but his head is still pretty bulbous. But so I was kind of excited to find out if you could do this. One of the things I was looking forward to. Doesn't look like you can recreate it. I'm going to say you can recreate it and say good enough, but does it look exactly like the cover? I'm going to say it does not. But, kind of been kind of cool if they would have molded it just like the cover. But I'm glad they, made it look like he does in the movie instead of like it does in the cover, because the cover's the cover, the movie is the movie, and that's what we want to know about. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this figure a 9 out of 10 because I think this thing's absolutely amazing. Could they have done more with it? Absolutely. I think a bigger size would have been a little more fun. I think, having maybe an option to not have the game or, whatever, or different chopping actions or whatever would be kind of cool. I think they're good on the accessories. I think they really turned that up. I would still love to see a Brody figure, but I just, there's a lot of issues with that, so I don't think that's going to be a thing, at least for now. But a 9 out of 10 for this, you guys. I think it's phenomenal. I mean, I don't think you really need articulation. Would you want articulation on the Jaws figure? Would you like to be able to move him a little bit more, maybe? That's a possibility, and so that's kind of where I'm going to put it at a 9 out of 10. It would be kind of cool to like be able to straighten him out, maybe put his tail a different way. What if this way isn't good for your display or whatever the case may be? It would have been cool for some little options, but I really don't want to hold it back from that for its rating because I think this thing is stellar. It looks just like the shark does in the movie, and it's got a lot of great features, a lot of accessories and stuff like that. I mean, not a ton of features, but what you'd expect from a shark. I mean, it's not going to transform into a person and walk on land and start killing people or anything like that. So it's just, it is a shark figure, you guys. It is really awesome, and it's good size. Here's size comparison to me. I think I got Michael Myers figure right here. This is the 2018 Michael Myers figure. And so, he's really a lot bigger than it, but I mean, as far as like what the shark would be compared to Michael Myers, I think the shark would be a lot bigger than this. So that's where I say the size comparison isn't right on for the 7-inch figures. But I still think it's a really good, serviceable size and will be a great addition to your collection. So sticking with a 9 out of 10, you guys know this gets an absolute solid, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm so excited to actually have this. I'm really excited that we're starting to get kind of figures out of, like the normal slashers, the normal horror characters. Like, we're getting Jaws. Trick or Treat Studios is about to do Leprechaun, just stuff we haven't had before. And like, I know this was kind of out before, but it looked nothing like it. Now we have it, and it's a dead-on match to the way it looks like in the movie. Obviously, it doesn't have, the mechanism in the movie, but it is what it is, and you kind of have to just ignore that, you guys. So that's gonna do it for me. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13 signing out. Just until next time, you guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer, and you guys have a killer day. And don't forget to stick around and see the pictures at the end, because this thing is pretty awesome up close and personal. Stay bloody, my friends, and have a killer day. Until next time.